to your Daily 5 for Monday, January 22nd, 2024. I follow Alex Winter on social media, and you may know that name from movies like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Freaked, which is one of my favorite weird... is that even considered a horror film? I think it's just considered a weird comedy film or something. I don't know what Freaked is actually classified as. I guess it probably would be horror comedy. But anyway, I follow Alex Winter, and he had been promoting a movie called Destroy All Neighbors, which is a 2024 film. I don't know if it's a Shudder original. I don't remember if it said Shudder original. I know it's on Shudder. That's how I saw it. But apparently it's also on AMC Plus, so it may not be a Shudder, unless, I don't know, maybe AMC owns Shudder. In any event, I knew that it had come out, and I thought, okay, I want to watch this. I watched the trailer for it. Trailer looked really weird. It reminded me of Freaked, which I like a lot. I also was thinking, okay, this feels like maybe a little bit of an Evil Dead 2 type of situation or something like that. And so I went into it, and I thought, based on the reviews I'd read, none of them were really bad, but they tended to be kind of middle of the road to very good. And I thought, okay, go into it with a dead middle expectation. Just set yourself from a scale of 1 to 10, go in expecting a 5, anything better than that, and you're having a good time. And so by the time I got to the end of the movie, I was very, very entertained by it. So I would definitely say it is above a 5 for sure. It's, again, between this and Freaked, I probably still like Freaked better because I had read multiple times that there were a lot of practical effects in the film, and that's very clear that there are, and I love it. That's fantastic. But I'd also read a lot of reviews that said it was very gory, and I don't really think whoever's writing those reviews does not watch a lot of gore films. I don't think this movie is that gory at all. Now, there's gore in it, for sure, but it is definitely not a gory film. When somebody says a gory film that's a comedy, I think of Dead Alive. I think of a movie like that where you are just getting the camera is just being drenched in blood. And this movie, again, I'm not going to say that it doesn't have good gore effects. It does, but they definitely have. It is not a gory film, not for people who watch a lot of these type of films. But what it does well that many films like this don't is it is actually genuinely funny most of the time. A lot of horror comedies, they don't fail in the horror department. Where they fail is they're unfunny. And that's not the same as being not funny. Not funny is you write a joke, it just doesn't land all that well. Unfunny is you write a joke and it makes the person want to stop watching the movie. And a lot of horror comedies fall way too far into the unfunny well, where you just want them to stop trying to be funny and just focus on the horror and just be done with the comedy bit already because it's not working. And the really good examples of movies like that, again, Evil Dead 2, Dead Alive, they manage to be funny, whether it's because they're just going way over the top with the material, that would be the Dead Alive type of material, or because they are just genuinely zany and funny, which is something like Freaked or Evil Dead 2. And Destroy All Neighbors often works in that way. The jokes are, actually, I audibly laughed, which I don't often at movies like this, but I actually laughed. I hate to say laughed out loud because that's such a meme thing now, but I laughed out loud multiple times at the movie. I felt like the humor actually worked really well. There's some very good setups and payoffs that are kind of, they take a while to get there, but I think it works when they finally get there. There is a bit of uneven pacing to it. Some of the reviews pointed that out. I think that's correct, where you can feel like the movie is kind of awkwardly downshifting and then going back into high speed. I don't think it's a big deal. Certainly didn't ruin the movie for me, but people will probably notice it. It's not the most fluid film. It doesn't feel like it flows completely as naturally as it should, but it's a minor thing. Most of the time, it's a very funny, well-done film, and it feels like everybody's having a great time with it. The basic premise, the trailer gives this away, so it's not a spoiler, is that Jonah Ray plays a musician who is trying to finish an album that he's been working on for years, and somehow he keeps getting interrupted and annoyed by all of his neighbors until he accidentally kills one, who then comes back from the dead and starts to cause even more problems with getting his album finished. And that's as much as I'll say. I'll get into it on Friday when I do my full review. But that's the basic premise. Now, if the trailer and that premise sound interesting to you, you are likely going to have a fun time with this movie. As far as I can tell, it's only available on Shudder and I guess AMC Plus right now. I don't even see a way to rent it, but I'm sure eventually it will make its way to all the other streaming services. And again, the easiest barometer for whether you're into this thing is, does the trailer look interesting? Does the premise sound interesting? Did you like Freaked? Did you like Evil Dead 2? Did you like Dead Alive? If you like these types of movies, it may not be an instant classic for you, but you'll probably have a good time. So again, 2024, it's called Destroy All Neighbors. Worth checking out if this is your type of thing. Later.